How's it going, everybody? I'm just going to have a little chat about the spirit today, not the boat. People have been asking just about about what my thoughts are on the final result, what it will be, how it will be different, etc. And I suppose I just wanted to give a little bit of info on the concept and what we're trying to achieve. I suppose the spirit is been aged for 4 years on a boat, which really hasn't been done before as far as I'm aware. The last time that would have been done, I'd imagine, would be on the time of the great expeditions 100 plus years ago. The time of Grania Whale and etc. on extended voyages. It's definitely going to be different, there's no question. The spirit is going to be in a state of constant agitation against the oak surrounds, and the idea, I suppose, is that brings a new variable to the mix, something that hasn't been done before, and it opens up the possibilities of new flavors and complexity, and I suppose the previous life of the barrel as a bourbon cask in Kentucky should be more prominent in the final result. I suppose Ireland has a temperate climate from the effects of the North Atlantic drift and the Gulf Stream, and Clare Island would be a further amplification of that climate in terms of the temperature variations would be smaller. So that would be interesting to see how that will impact on the final result. I suppose the spirit takes on the character of the environment that it's in through the cask. The cask breathes in the environment and that it rests, and the spirit takes on the character of the cask. And I suppose Clare Island, where the cask and the boat is anchored, it's a small fishing port. There's a beautiful little sandy beach just nestled right inside us here. We're sitting under Grace O'Malley's castle. The salt in the air, the salt water underneath the cask at all times. The smell of fresh seaweed, lobster pots, turf fires from the local village around. And of course the dolphin itself, the old boat, she's got the musty smell of maturity from her years of work, the oak and larch. So it's an interesting, it'll be for a very interesting combination, I suppose. If you think of it like a tea bag, it's just that the environment that it's sitting in, and that will instill into the cask, and then the spirit will take from that its flavour and its complexity. Through the seasons, the spirit, in the warmer season, ingrains into the timber. The higher the high alcohol content, it has it really just digs into the timber in the warmer season, and in the winter it retracts, and that's how it effectively breathes like a lung in and out of the cask, and that's where it draws its character, and then the cask breathes in the environment. So that's how it all kind of happens, and that's what I suppose we are hoping to why we're hoping to create something that's quite unique, and then the added complexity due to the fact that the spirit would be in a state of constant agitation. So at the very start of this project, we wanted to make sure that we were true to who we were. We don't have a distillery ourselves. We buy from the Connacht Distillery in Ballina. It was very important to us that it was a County Mayo based spirit, and that it's going to be matured in County Mayo and sold in County Mayo. So we're very proud of that, and we wanted to keep true to that. I suppose it was decided not to look for a mature spirit at the time. We could have gone to one of the big distilleries and taken a 3-year-old whiskey on board the boat at the time, but we decided not to because we wanted it to be a naked experience with no other influence from outside of what we're doing. So we took a new make spirit, a County Mayo based new make spirit, on board the boat, and we've matured it. We've 3 years done, and it'll be another year, 4 years. It'll be 4 years at sea here on Clare Island, and because of that, we won't be able to call it an Irish whiskey under the GI classification for Irish whiskey, because that classification states that you must have the spirit in a bonded warehouse for 3 years and a day. So that's not the case with us. We don't have it in a bond. We were told we couldn't get a bond on the boat by revenue at the time. So that's the decision we made. We're going for something that's very true to who we are and what we are, and true to what we wanted to achieve. I suppose we really focus on the variables during maturation that can make up the significant percentage of the flavour of the final product. The barrel, as I said, it's an American ex-bourbon barrel. In a standard environment, that product final release should have a pale yellow blonde colour and a lovely honey and coconut vanilla flavour. So we're looking for something deeper. We're looking for an amplification of that through the process that we've undertaken. Here, I suppose the big talking point at the time when we were putting the cask on the boat was whether we should leave the cask standing or lying down. I think it's more common now that casks are left standing in some distilleries, but because of, I suppose, the motion of the boat, we decided to lie it down to be less stress on the actual structure of the cask during heavy pitching and days of storms and weather. So that's it. I suppose a summary, we're looking for something very different. We've tried to do something very true to who we are and what we want to achieve, and I really hope that if it's a success and people appreciate what we've done and can taste, most importantly, what we've set out to achieve. The road forward for us is a small distillery of our own, and then the search for new complexity, new ways. I'm going to push the boundaries. I'm always going to push the boundaries and try and do something new and something different, and I hope that you can be on that journey with us. And so that's it. That's it in a nutshell. Long nutshell, but thanks for listening.